Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, Pacific Northwest Weather Watch. Today is June 16th, and right now we are looking at the visible satellite imagery as of yesterday. You can see that we did have some lightning strikes across some western Washington, western Oregon, northeast Washington, British Columbia, and if I put this into motion, you can see these showers move through and some of these lightning strikes pop up here. And again, across eastern Washington, a bunch of lightning strikes there yesterday. You can kind of see how that was firing off across some of western Washington, just east of Seattle, just north and just south of Seattle, and again, some strikes across southwest BC. Then we go into the overnight hours and we expose what's going on this morning here. We still have the cold air aloft, and we're going to have the potential to kick off a couple thunderstorms here again today and over the next couple days here across some portions of the Pacific Northwest. We'll dive into those details. We'll take a look at what is coming next as well as we go on into the upcoming weekend towards next weekend. Also, taking a look at the thunderstorm outlook for today, you can see it does include Eugene, Portland, Seattle here, western Washington, some of the Cascades, and some of the Olympic Mountains here. Some of the high resolution models showing a few thunderstorms popping off across the Olympic Mountains. We'll take a look at that in a bit of detail here in a moment. Taking a look at eastern Washington, some of eastern Oregon. We're going to be warming up here as we go through the week and towards next weekend. Check out Lewiston, forecast high 97. Look at Ritzville getting up towards 90. Wenatchee 91, 91 on Friday also here. And there could be some isolated thunderstorms in the meantime across the higher terrain. This is for Idaho Panhandle, some of the Rocky Mountains out there, the Bitterroots, western Montana here. It's pretty chilly out there, and we're going to have some ongoing precipitation and some snow for the higher terrain also, and some of those roads could be snow covered. This is for Monday, June 17th. This is the wet pattern out there with this upper level low spinning across the area. We do have some increased chances for some flooding activity here as well. Notable rises in some of the streams and creeks out there. If we take a look at SeaTac yesterday, only hit 60 yesterday. Did have a few sun breaks in there. You notice SeaTac only got a trace of precipitation here, but we got much higher amounts across some areas, especially north of Seattle. And when you got underneath some of these heavier showers here, kind of hit and miss like we talked about the last few days. This is for Hoquiam, only 2/400ths of an inch of rain out on the coast there yesterday. Then the high of 59. That's 4 degrees below average for this time of year. Here's Bellingham, 58, 10 degrees below average, 700ths of an inch of rain out there as well. Now, taking a look at last night's European model run, this is what's been going on, what we've been talking about for the last few days. This cold air aloft at 18,000 feet moving across the region. It's not just at 18,000 feet here. I'm just giving you a slice of the atmosphere. And as I put this into motion, you can see this chilly air is going to last for us a few days, and it could kick off some thunderstorms again, mainly across the higher terrain as we go through the early portion of this upcoming week. Now, taking a look at the North American model, 10,000 feet, again, another slice of the atmosphere and what's going on above us. You can see that upper level low spinning across the region here. Can't rule out a thunderstorm for some of the Willamette Valley today, and again, the Olympic Mountains and back into the Cascade foothills of some of western Oregon as well. And you can see that cold air modify and pivot across towards the Intermountain West here and kind of keeping us in that trophy position here at least for a couple days. Now, taking a look at the lightning flash density potential on the European model, let's look at this as we go through the day today. What has it been showing? It's been pretty consistent here over the last few days, showing again in some of the Olympic Mountains here and some of western Oregon could get a thunderstorm or two as we go through the afternoon today. And as we go through Monday as well, we're still going to have that cold air aloft. You can see some of eastern Washington being targeted here, eastern Oregon, British Columbia, Idaho, western Montana. Can't rule out thunderstorm activity. So we go through Tuesday yet again, and again across the Cascades there as well. Let's go all the way on in towards Wednesday afternoon as it does show some thunderstorm potential across the higher terrain yet again. Taking a look here, this my Tempest was going off yesterday. It was picking up all those lightning strikes. It was very fun to watch this come across on my smartphone app. Tells you the distance and when they were last detected there. Pretty fun stuff there, and it builds its own forecast for you for your own home, and it will tell you when it starts raining. You can just look at the widget on your phone and see the temperature at your house anytime you want. You click on any one of these individual parameters and it gives you these individual graphs here for your home. So very fun, and there's what the station looks like itself. Highly recommended. Click on that link down below if you want to save 10% off on one. Taking a look at the convective available potential energy today, this is just showing you guys that we are destabilizing the atmosphere again today and probably again tomorrow for some areas. days, and then one more time on Tuesday and maybe even Wednesday across the higher terrain like I mentioned. Now, if we look at the high resolution rapid refresh, this is what the Doppler radar may look like here as we go through the day today. And you can see some of these showers across Vancouver Island, Western Oregon, the Olympic Mountains, maybe even some of the Kitsap Peninsula here, Shelton, Olympia. Looks like you might get some heavier showers here. Also cannot rule out lightning strike activity with that across some of the North Cascades, Oregon Cascades. As we go through tonight into tomorrow morning, you can kind of see that spin in the atmosphere here, bringing some thunderstorm activity here across some eastern Washington Monday as well. And you can't rule out some of these showers still across much of the region as we go through Monday afternoon and yet again on Tuesday. Taking a look at the European. So let's take a look at things here. You can see as we go through the day today, those showers showing up, and then Tuesday, here we go on Tuesday, and then Wednesday we start to dry things out a bit as we go towards the end of the week, and we may warm things up a bit as well as we go. We're going to take a look at those temperatures here upcoming in a moment. But I want to show you the apparent temperatures here because things are pretty chilly and raw, especially across the higher terrain. We do warm up a little bit today, but you can see we're going to be below average across a lot of western Washington, Oregon, below average for eastern Washington and Oregon as well. And as we scroll on in through Monday morning here, again, pretty chilly temperatures across higher terrain. Heads up for that. And we warm up a bit here during the daytime because of the diurnal heating there and then the nocturnal cooling. But as we go through Wednesday morning here, I should say, we are going to be starting to modify these temperatures a bit. And I should note this is apparent temperature. This takes wind chill into account. But you can see as we go through the week here, we are going to be warming up quite nicely. And you can see Seattle approaching 80s, some mid 80s for the Willamette Valley, and some mid and upper 80s for eastern Washington also. And then by the time we get towards Friday, get some 90-degree readings out there. Look at Seattle scheduled to be 80 degrees on Friday, so may have some nice weather coming in here. If we look at the GFS 2-meter temperature anomaly with the upper level low over the area here, you can see this is going to be hanging out for a couple days, and then we start to bounce these temperatures back here as we go through Thursday, Friday, and maybe into Saturday before another system tries to swing in here towards the end of the weekend and on into the early portion of the following week. Then we bounce temperatures back a bit here again through later June, and then we swing another trough here. It's been showing up in some of the model runs there as well. Take that with a grain of salt. We're looking, 2 weeks out almost at this point. Looking at the European, the artificial intelligence run there. There goes our trough here for the next few days. We try to warm things up a bit here as we go on in towards the end of the week, but then this next system's going to be rolling in here by the time we get towards that later portion of the weekend here. And then the European shows an additional troughing as we go through the end of June, kind of hanging out here across a lot of the Pacific Northwest and some of the west coast of North America. If we look at Seattle, you can see the next few days, there's going to be some nice sun breaks out here, so not all is lost. Even though we're below average here, you can get some nice weather out of this still. And then the warm-up starts to roll in here as we go towards at least the early portion of the week, and then we'll see what's going to come after that. As you saw, the models do have some troughing. You can see Seattle, Tacoma, not really looking at much precipitation today. Portland, better chances, as you can see, maybe a 2/10 of an inch out of this. And if you go down towards Eugene, you can see it is showing some precipitation today with some increased shower activity. 6 to 10 day, you can see the above average signal here across a lot of the west, below normal signal here across a lot of the Pacific Northwest, a little sliver there across Northwest Washington. This probably won't update again until tomorrow, but we still have some fire activity going out there. And I believe this one is what called the Pioneer Fire. And you can click on these individual areas here, the Northwest Interagency Coordination Center, and you can get more information. So if I click on the fire there, you can kind of see where it's located up against Lake Chelan. And then you can see they do give updates. This one was for Saturday, June 15th there, and you can go in there and read to your heart's content on, and there's all kinds of websites and public information you guys can access there as well. So anyway, yeah, interesting day yesterday. Quite a few lightning strikes there across western Washington, British Columbia, eastern portions there. And we're not going to be done with that here for the next few days. We do have the thunderstorm chances, not as widespread as what we had yesterday. So anyway, happy Father's Day to everybody out there. Click like and subscribe. If you want to monetarily join and support the channel, click that join button that you see down below here if you want to sign up for that. But it is free to subscribe, so I appreciate it if you do that. I noticed a pretty good percentage of a lot of YouTube pages out there, most viewers aren't subscribers, and it is free. So if you do watch these videos, well, at least more than one of them, go ahead and click on that subscribe button down below. Maybe we can get to 100,000 by the time we reach the new year coming up. We'll see how that goes. But anyway, hope you guys are having a good day. Click like and subscribe. We'll do this again tomorrow, and I will talk to you guys then.